Live. Well, I hope we're live anyway. It's come up. We've got a timer that's just popped up on my screen. Yeah. This is a brand new format. I know a lot of the other guys out there have been messing about with it, and quite positive comments coming from the actual platform of this. So, yeah, as always, I'm joined by my good friend Christoph at Ale Degustation.
Witam wszystkich. Hello.
And again, we're going to be taking a look at two beers that he kindly sent. If you want to do the honors, mate.
Yeah. So first one, it's Tyne Brewery and Monument. It's they own bitter 4.1%. There's lots of things that indicate Northeast and Newcastle itself. So we have kind of DNA spiral, but actually it is Newcastle Tyne Bridge, and of course Monument. This is a center of Newcastle. Grace Monument. Yeah, it's very famous. Nice thing to see, and of course it's a heart of town.
Okay, and I'm guessing this is one of their core beers.
Yes.
Okay.
Great taste, 2015. Yeah, awarded.
Fair play. An award's an award. It doesn't matter how old it is. I know that does bother a few people when a brewery will stick an award on there that was like a few years ago. I've had it myself where I've seen breweries, you know, best Pilsner 2010. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
you know, award's an award. It's whether they can keep that quality going up until present time. But yeah, let's get it open then.
Cup is just a
plain
black, nothing interesting. Okay, looks very nice. Nice amber color, clear, nice head, a little bit of color, small and medium bubbles. There are some big ones, but it looks all right for me. Nice carbonation.
Yeah, decent.
And nice aroma. Definitely, you can say straight away it's bitter. Nice, yeah.
Sweet, like a little bit of a sweet biscuitiness coming up for me.
Yeah. Little bit of a melanoidic accent, so like a brown bread crust, something like this. It's very slight, very pleasant aroma. It's not very big, but yes, pleasant and welcoming.
Yeah, it's
quite fruity.
Not in a super intense aroma, but all the same, I think it's still inviting. You know, I think it's going to be nice and simple and pleasant. Really, let's go in on it.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, quite dry, light beer.
Lovely and soft.
Yeah, very drinkable, medium carbonation, very pleasant.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that little bit of fruitiness in there, it wouldn't be a million miles away from like a best bitter almost.
Yeah. Yeah, but very nice, fruity, light beer. You know, this would be, you know, very sessionable everyday beer.
Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable for me. It's a nice, simple, basic session beer, I think, for me.
Yeah. You know what? Everything here is quite mild, but I think the bitterness is quite nice. Maybe because there's not so much maltiness here. The bitterness is more exposed. It's quite traditional English hops. So yeah, quite herbal, little bit grassy. Yeah, nice.
I get a little bit of grapefruit on the back end, little mixed in with a subtle, gentle bitterness. I think it's an acceptable, straightforward beer, really.
Yeah, there's really nothing what you can say against this beer.
No,
Every day, quintessential, bitter. That's how it should be.
Yeah. This is like the alternative to a simple, straightforward lager for me.
Yeah.
If you don't want a lager, because for me, I mean, the carbonation on it's really nice and soft and gentle. The mouthfeel is really soft. No doubt they've used decent water in the brew, because I think that comes through on the mouthfeel, the minerality to it as well. Yeah, it's a good alternative to if you wanted, you're not back 5 or 6 lagers and you want something different. I'd quite happily drink a few pints of this and
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you can sit with this beer the whole evening and just enjoy. It's pleasant enough to attract your attention, but not too much, so you can still enjoy the conversation and whatever you're doing at the moment.
Yeah, a very good switch off beer. It doesn't take the conversation doesn't become this beer, if you know what I mean. You quite happily just switch off, drink it, and just chat away about all sorts of topics and just carry on drinking it and not realizing you're doing it. It's one of them sort of beers.
And it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous. It's only 4%. So yeah.
I'd definitely drink it again if I got the opportunity to try it again. I would. I wouldn't hesitate. It's a perfectly good beer for me.
Yes, and look, it's a good quality. You have lots of lacing on a glass.
Yeah.
I always say, if you have lacing on the glass, definitely it's a good quality beer.
Yeah. I think you can tell as well that it's, although it's not absolutely shouting with flavour, you can tell a little bit of love's gone into making it.
Yeah.
Be interesting to I mean, no doubt that you've sampled quite a few beers from this brewery. What's your opinion as a whole for the brewery? Have they got a good core range of beers?
Yes, they're all quite settled beers, but rounded, and very, very drinkable. Lots of them. So yeah, I think they're not like trying to impress people by tons of hops or anything like this. They have nice beers, but they are like everyday beers. You would love to come back to them, right, and drink them a lot.
Yeah. It almost reminds me a little bit, and Sod's Law. I'm actually using the local brewery to me, which is Hook Norton Brewery. Very similar characteristics to, I don't know, maybe Hooky Gold or something like that. It's again, not full on flavored beers, but just steady, simple, traditional style beers done well, and that reminds me a little bit of Hooky beers.
Yeah,
that's a pretty decent beer, that is.
Yeah,
what would you give it out of 10 then, Christoph?
Yes.
Scores out of 10, mate. What would you go on that?
Oh, you know that I'm not doing this, but
I don't. But I'm intrigued. That's all. I'm intrigued.
I don't know. There's no faults in it. I would say 6, 7, something like this.
Yeah.
Because it's decent. There's no fountains of hops or strange flavors, but it is a beer that you want to come back to.
Yeah, it does it for me. The session sessionability of it makes it appealing for me, I think. There's way better flavor. If you just want a flavor bomb, of course, there's way better beers out there. But yeah,
and of course it has nice texture. The proper beer. Lots of session IPAs is just quite watery, but this one is just proper beer. You know that you're drinking beer, even if it's only 4.1.
Yeah, I'd go along the 7 out of 10 range for me. I think it's definitely a good beer, worth checking out. Would recommend it to anybody else out there. So this is the Tyne Brewery out of Newcastle, and it is their monument. Thank you, Christoph, for sending that in, mate. That's a very interesting beer. Lovely stuff.
Simple but quite pleasant.
Yeah. Okay, next up. Do you want to do the honours again, my friend, seeing as you sent them in?
Runaway Brewery, American Brown Ale, 5.7. So as for brown ale, you could say it's quite like a double or even imperial, because lots of brown ales are very
low.
When I read a little bit on like reviews on Red Beer, they're not really saying about hoppiness in this beer, but of course they're saying on the label that it's very hoppy. But well, we will see. American Brown Ale, suggested it should be lots of American hops in it, but we will see. It's again simple black cup, nothing interesting, rather simplistic label. But you know what? The beer is the most important here. So
definitely. I don't think I've actually ever had anything from Runaway Brewery before. I've heard of them, but
oh, it's quite lively.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get all mine in the bottle.
Nice. Quite brown.
Mahogany, chestnut.
Yeah, big head.
Tan head.
Some big bubbles. So obviously,
creamy looking head though for me. Fruity.
Yeah, fruity, but lots of chocolate and coffee. It's almost like a porter or a stout.
Stout, yeah. Yeah, a fruity stout.
Yeah, fruity, so some nuts.
Multi fruit, yeah, interesting. It's a bit black plummy again. Figgy, plummy.
Yeah, some roasty notes. Well, pretty nice aroma. Definitely. Yeah. Cheers. In taste, it's a stout for me. Very bitter.
If you were blind tasting it,
yeah.
Yeah, that coffee now, that coffee on the back end, it's not an intense coffee, but it's more like I don't know, like you can get this powdered coffee, the cheap powdered coffee.
It's like, you know what? There are some cappuccino notes here as well.
I get that nutty element to it.
Lots of fruitiness. Lots of burnt crust, intense bitterness, and bitterness is a combination of this roasty elements and herbal hoppiness. Interesting, but quite strong. Yeah, very interesting beer.
Yeah, if you don't look at it, it's got stout written all over it.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like, they could really easily say that it's a double brown ale or even imperial, because it is a very intense beer. Intense.
Yeah. I think I'm digging what's coming out of it. I would have liked more of a denser mouthfeel. I think the mouthfeel is a little bit on the thin side for me. Not wishy-washy, but I could do with a little bit more intensity on the body. But yeah, I'm digging the flavors that's coming out of it. I'm loving that nutty thing in there. That's really nice. And that weak, powdery cappuccino coffee sort of vibe on the back end. I like that. That's nice. I do love coffee in beers. That's one of my sort of I do like it. I really do appreciate coffee that in a beer, and I'm liking this because I don't think I've ever come across this sort of coffee taste in a beer before, which is interesting. Normally, it's a bit more bold and espresso like.
Yeah, it's quite nice. As really, it is very surprising for brown ale to be so intense. Usually, brown ales are quite light. Not very intense in aroma.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of fruitiness, roastiness, or but not like here. This is really, really good.
Well, like you said on the opening of the review, mate, 5.7%. So it is, you're going along double brown ale territory, aren't you, really? Because it's shoots around what the 3s, the 4%ers tops for a brown ale.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah.
Newcastle, I don't know what Newcastle brown ale is. I haven't had that for years.
Something
3.6.
No, I think a little bit better.
Okay.
But doesn't matter. It's still quite intense. But like you see, there's not so much American hops here. Lots of roastiness, chocolate, nuts, fruitiness, but hoppiness. It's only in bitterness, and it's rather the British, because it's herbal. So I don't know.
It'd be interesting to know what hops they've actually put in it. I'll probably put Cascades, maybe.
Let's see. Newcastle brown ale. .7, but it's much lighter beer than this one.
I didn't even know that. Bloody hell! I might be thinking of Man's. I think that's a lot lower. Man's brown ale.
Man is 2.8.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah,
but I would say that Man has much more flavor than Newcastle brown.
Yes, Newcastle brown has been destroyed. Yeah. Quite literally, that has been destroyed, which is a pity. Again, another.
You know what? I would like to try this American version of Newcastle brown ale.
Yeah,
this would be interesting.
Yeah,
and compare it together.
Oh, there would be a massive difference, no doubt. A massive difference.
Yeah. Well, very interesting beer, definitely.
Yeah, I like it. I like both beers again. I think for me, the first one, of course, it's a lot more simple. This one, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more thought into it, isn't there, with flavors?
Yeah,
every sip, for me, I've had a few sips now from this brown ale, and it slightly changes from sip to sip as well. Sometimes I get a whack of nuts, then other times it's a bit more burnt bread crust. The coffee lingers still though, which I do like.
Nicely roast coffee, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we are drinking the Northeast beers. Well, one is Northwest because it's Manchester. This one.
Again, another hotbed of good beer, Manchester. You know,
Oh yeah,
nice concentrated batch of good top quality brewers coming out of Manchester. It's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, fantastic.
It's very interesting because both we tried this brewery for the first time, and it is exceptional beer, definitely.
Yeah, I always say on my reviews, when I'm trying a new brewery for the first time and you get off to a good start, I'm always interested to try more from them now.
Yeah.
Because you get a good experience. It's like all things in life, isn't it? You know, you have a good experience for the first time with something, and it just sticks. It sticks in the head, and I think for me, Runaway, definitely.
Yeah. So you know, you're trying to find the new beers from this brewery, and quite often they are similar, in quality.
Yeah. I mean, I'm none the wiser if this is one of their cool beers or not. I don't know.
Yes, I think it is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, the second. Yes.
A very good cool beer.
You know what? They all have simple names just for style. So pale ale, IPA, American brown ale, smoked porter. Oh, this would be nice. Gingerbread stout, summer season, double IPA, winter season, ESB, NZ pale, session IPA. Ooh, right, and lots of collaborations.
I think Peter over at the Clueless Drinker, I think he's had a few Runaway beers before and spoke quite highly of them. But again, it's something I just don't see around my neck of the woods. I'm very familiar with the branding and stuff, but just never got the chance to actually purchase any beers from them. But yeah, a good solid brown ale. With plenty going on for it, I think. Yeah, there's definitely plenty going on. It's not. Don't think brown ale, Newcastle brown. It's definitely a step up from them sort of beers.
Yeah. If you would think about the iced beers, if you would took like normal normal brown ale and then just ice it, probably it would be essence like this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hello guys.
How you doing, chaps? Yeah, we got a few comments there just popping up. I'm just playing about with all the gadgets on this new StreamYard. I quite like the format of it actually. There's a lot more interaction on my screen anyway, opposed to Google Hangouts, which I'm not sure if that's ending. If it's ended or it's ending, I don't know. I know it's coming up soon where YouTube are just completely cutting it off. And that drove a few people into a bit of a frenzy thinking, well, how can we do all these sort of like live hangouts and stuff like that? But yeah, I mean, StreamYard, I'm so far pretty impressed with the layout of it. It's everything's in the right shot.
Simple enough and so far effective.
Yeah, pretty good. I like the split screen. I think you can change it around, play about with it. Comments are popping up. You can add them onto the live feed to show up. And I'm sure there's a few more bits and bobs that I'll suss out over time. But this is the platform that I'm going to be using from now on anyway, because I've got no choice because there's no other platform.
Why not? Life is changing. So we have to change as well.
We do, yes, we do. Sometimes not for the better, but that's a different story altogether. So, I mean, my good friend, I've been informed, my good friend is off for a couple of weeks on holiday. So he's managed to detach himself from the ball and chain of work. So there might be a few more live reviews with me and Christoph over this week and maybe next week. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm not as lucky as him. I've still got to work, unfortunately. I can't get any time off.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When you will be off, I will have to work. So
yeah, swings and roundabouts. Yeah. So there might be a few more live reviews with me and Christoph. We've got a few more beers, haven't we, in the box that you sent me?
Yeah, we still have fullers to do, and then we can find something new.
Yeah. The beauty of internet shopping for beer. Oh, I don't know about you, but I could literally spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, you know what? When you're checking what you would like to find, there's lots of interesting beers that you never tried, you never heard of. So you're like, oh, I would add another one, and then it's like 60, 70, 80. Too much for one time.
Yeah, sure. What's this here? Let's have a look. Can you suggest a good porter beer from Valentin George? I hope you're doing well, mate. Long time no hear. I mean, an easy to get hold of beer would have to be the Fuller's London Porter.
Yeah, I think it's the easiest to find.
Yeah. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but are you from Romania? I can't quite remember. But I mean, what was that beer that you sent me a while back, mate? Is it Zwick? The Zwick Porter? Zwick Porter? Żywiec
Porter. This is very nice. Nice Polish porter.
Yeah.
Very cheap, but exceptional. Mass produced, but
exceptional. Yeah.
But it's more Baltic porter than porter.
Yeah. The ABV is a little bit higher, isn't it? If I recall.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah. I thought you were from Romania, from our previous.
Poland. Oh, he's from Romania. All right.
Yeah. Another good porter that's easy to get hold of. I did used to like many moons ago the Meantime porter. They did a few variations of it. I think they did a chocolate porter, which I think they still do actually, but it's in cans now. And I think they did a London porter, which was a little bit more darker and rich and roastier.
Yeah.
Waitrose maybe stock them sort of beers.
But even if you would try the Marks and Spencer's, their own porter, it's very nice.
Yeah. I tell you what, I did have a good one a long while ago, and that was a Sainsbury's one. No, not Sainsbury's. It was Asda, and it was their Whitechapel porter.
Yeah, I think the whole range is withdrawn because I didn't saw any kind of beers from this for a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been to Asda for a long while, but I think that was brewed by Shepherd and Neame, and that was a pretty half decent porter from. I mean, it's been a long while since I've had it, but I think for the price, you always got to think of price. I think for me, when you're drinking a beer, if you've paid a few quid for it and it's half decent, then for me it gets over the line as a half decent beer. It's when you pay, I don't know, £6-7 upwards for a bottle or a can of beer, and it's a bit like, oh no, what's all this about? It happens.
Yeah, the price will change a lot. If you have like a, half decent beer, but it's cheap, you would say, okay, it's cheap, but it's very good for the price, right? But if it's half decent and it's quite pricey, then you're like, oh, what's happened there?
Okay, somehow German beers are easy to find here, so German beer suggestions would be best. Well, I mean, it's not a porter, but for me, it's an exceptional beer, and that's the Augustina Brau Helles. Again, and thanks to Peter, the Clueless Drinker, for pushing me in that direction. That's a absolutely belting Helles beer. That is.
Yeah, they're quite big brands, like Paulaner, Augustiner.
Polana, yeah, Polana. The Salvatore's pretty good.
Oh, Tyne is very good. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But it's not a porter, but you can find like Dunkels. They're very good.
Yeah. Schneider Weiss. You're going down the Hefeweizen routes again, but they're solid, fantastic, well-made German beers. I haven't got a problem with German beers. They've all delivered for me. I've never had a bad German beer.
Yeah, you can even try like Schwarzbier or something. It's very similar.
Yeah.
Carlsberg for yes, we tried. You have to watch our live for this. It was exceptional. Well, we've tried both Carlsberg Pilsner and Carlsberg Super Brew. Yeah,
Brew.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh dear me! I'm still having nightmares now, Christoph.
Oh.
I think I ended up tipping my special brew down out the garden. Yeah. The Pilsner, although it's not a Pilsner, it's just a glorified lager.
No, it's light lager even.
Yeah. I think it's shameful to even put Pilsner on the can, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Just keep it Carlsberg Lager rebranded. All this faffing around putting Pilsner on it to make it better than what it is. I don't buy into any of that rubbish. It didn't work for me.
If they would add a little bit of hops there, just a little bit for aroma, nothing else. Someone would say, okay, it's justified, but there's no difference from the old one.
Oh, that would be the Carlsberg export, I think, that I did, and I think I ended up chucking that over my shoulder in the garden. I think, yeah. I'm not. I don't know. It's just how it is with me. I've got no problem with Carlsberg because quite recently I've reviewed a lot of Baltica beers who are owned by Carlsberg, and they've been good. They've been okay. I've enjoyed them. So it's not like I've got anything against Carlsberg. It's just I think their standalone beers just don't do it for me.
The core beers are so watery and it doesn't resemble any beer. Actually, it's just like very drinkable thing. Means very, very watery.
Yeah.
There's no flavors in those beers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Jimmy Serena, very good beer. I like it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, as well. It wasn't so bad.
I must have had a bad can then because I just absolutely hated it.
Well, actually, I had bottles.
Oh right, okay, yeah. It might be a completely different ball game.
It was okay. I'm not saying it was super fun to drink it, but it was okay.
Yeah, I think there's better Romanian beers out there.
Maybe it was fresh. Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, it was a hell of a long time ago when I did it. I might do a re-review of it one day just to see.
I think lots of depends on the freshness of the beer. If it's fresh, yeah, it can. Yeah. All right.
Hello, Tal. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Recently, I had lots of Bulgarian beers, and They were strange. I mean, strange, very, very close to water, but yeah. I think very generic, and it depends on the climate. I think in Bulgaria it's very hot, especially in summer. So if they are chilled to almost 0 degrees, they can be drinkable.
Yeah. I've been there myself. I mean, when I've had like family holidays in Spain and stuff, and we've gone in the height of summer and it's been like 36, 38 over there, and I've reached out for a bottle of Alhambra or Dorada or San Miguel, and it's done the job there and then in that heat. You've got your flip flops on, you've got your shorts on, and you're just you're in the mood. It's done the job.
Yeah.
But yet, you could review that beer over here in the autumn, and it'd be.
Yeah, definitely. It is a difference, when you like had no beer for a week or something, and then you just waiting, to have one, and even if it's just a normal lager and it's nicely chilled, it is a hot day, and when you take the first sip, this is your heaven. Oh yes, that's what I wanted.
Yeah. It's all about it's time and place for certain beers, and that is very, very true. I mean, you could even parallel that and sort of, I don't know, buy a stout, buy 2 bottles of the same stout, drink one on a really hot day, maybe sort of enjoy it, and then have it the next day on a damp, cold, windy day and thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's
a different experience. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, if you are on holidays in a different country, or even in a different part of your own country, try the local beers. Doesn't matter if they are if they suck or not. I think it's your duty to try it.
Yeah.
At least the local habitat.
Yeah, it's the curiosity of it though as well, isn't it? I mean, I don't know about you, but when I see something that I haven't seen before, whether it's craft or macro or whatever, if I haven't had it, I want to try it. You want to review it. You want to be able to turn the camera on and give it a review and just see what you think of it, because you've never had it before. So you're intrigued by it, and that works for me, whether I'm out beer shopping or I'm out socially or I'm on holiday and a different country.
It's very infectious.
Yeah.
Like my wife, all children are like, oh, did you have this one? Yes, it's a different label. I had it already.
Yeah, my wife and my eldest daughter, they play a bit of a game now. If them two end up going out without me and they end up going shopping to a supermarket and they see some beers that they like, say it's nice artwork and stuff. I mean, my daughter, she got me 2 cans from the Unbarred brewery last week, which I've never had before. The little 330s with, I think it's card themed.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think it was an IPA and a pale ale. And she came back and she said, I've got you some beers. And she showed me them, and I said, I haven't had them before. So it's, you know what I mean? It's, I didn't know if you'd done it before or not and stuff, It's good fun.
With my daughter, it's usually because the label is so nice. Well,
that's good to hear.
Everywhere,
Yeah, that's good to hear. I think you've mentioned it before, Valentin, about certain breweries, up and coming craft breweries in Romania. If you just want to reel a few off again, mate, just to refresh the memory. Estrella Damm, good Canary Islands beer. Yes. Yeah, again, you're in that heat. You've got nothing better to do but just sit on a sun lounger and just have a few beers. something like that would do the job.
It is a decent beer. It's not so bad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I go to Tenerife quite a lot. I'm just trying to think of the house beer that they've got in the hotel that we go to. I think it's Alhambra. But I always have bottles because I don't trust the taps there. I'm sure they water it down. So I always have a bottle.
Yeah. In some countries, you can doubt, is it a real thing or just, they added some water. Of course, with new technology, it's harder and harder because you have, kegs and sealed and whatever you will do. You can't add water.
It does make it does make you wonder sometimes. I'm sure it does go on. You go to some of these like all-inclusive hotels, which I've been to myself. Everything's just help yourself basically.
Yeah.
And you of course you do get the people, whether it's alcohol or food, they just pile their plates up, ridiculous amounts of food, and they don't eat half of it. They'll go up to the bar and they'll get a tray of beers that they won't bloody drink. So it must be hard to get the margins right. They've got to buy on all this produce and then just hand it out, and half of it gets chucked away. It's sad to see, really.
Yeah, but most probably they have good rates because it's a local product, and that's
okay. Fine. Christoph, what's your opinion on that question there then?
American IPAs. Well, it depends. If it's American IPA, probably it will be all right. If it's a British American IPA, most probably it will be average, because at least from my experience, lots of American IPAs are just IPAs. They are very British in taste and aroma. They use American hops, but not extensively. I think it's more dependent on actually brewery, how they go to this subject.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it means nothing. American IPA, especially on those rating platforms. They mix in everything. You can have American IPA, but actually it's a New England, or it's
West Coast,
whatever. It's chucked there, and you think it's American IPA. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've got equally as much hype over there with their IPAs, especially the New England thing, which is massive over here as well. But I think, country to country, I think we're bowling out equally as good IPAs as the Americans.
Yeah, because if someone is taking seriously the subject, I want to brew a nice American IPA, it will be nice IPA. But some people just add an American because they use American hops.
Yeah.
Just a pinch, but yeah.
I've had some really good American stuff that I've ordered online, but the only damning thing with that is it's never quite tip-top stuff. It's had to travel a long way. You never get a peak stuff. That's just how it is with obviously the logistics of it, which is a shame. But they make some fantastic stuff. But equally, there's some good stuff coming out of the UK as well. So yeah,
you just need to stick to good brands, because you never know what you will buy. It says American brown ale, but Did you had any American hops here? Not
Did
really.
you ever find out what was in there?
No, there's nothing on the website.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily associate it with American hops or anything like that. I never got any of that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good beer though. Good beer.
Yeah. So it's very happy
brown ale though.
I like when attempts when you have local hops and they just adding them to the names, like New Zealand IPA or Polish IPA or whatever.
Yeah.
The acronyms are stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
It means if you're using American hops, it's American IPA. If you're using British hops, it will be English IPA. Why not?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's brewed, in Ireland or Norway. It's just what you use, theoretically.
I did notice. I was browsing about today on Beers of Europe, just having a mosey and seeing what was going on, and they've got a Belgium brewed export Guinness stout on there. So interesting to see what that's like against the Nigerian version. Pardon me.
Because Nigerian version it's
it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's again a go-to macro beer for me in the winter months. It's a good winter warmer beer. Excellent body to it, full of flavour, and knocks spots off original Guinness. It's worlds apart, isn't it? Really.
And of course, they use the Nigerian produce. So they have extracts from Guinness, but rest is theirs.
Yeah. Hands down for me, I think that's probably their best beer.
Very, very good.
Very, very nice. The West Indies Porter, and what's the other one? Is it the Dublin Porter that they did as well?
I think so, yeah.
Long time ago I had them, but I think they were okay from what I recall.
Yeah, they were in range of normal porter, so they were a little bit thinner than the normal Guinness, I think. No. They were a little bit above a normal Guinness, but not so rich as original, I think. It's hard to say, but it's something in this range. But when you compare this to Nigerian, it's just like completely different league.
Yes, Sierra Nevada, solid and steady enough for me. That is.
Oh yes.
Yeah. We get quite a bit of Sierra Nevada around here.
Yeah.
That pops up quite a bit in M&S, doesn't it? In Waitrose, Sierra Nevada. Do they do? Is it the all day IPA that they do in a can? He's got a car on it going up a road.
Actually, I've uploaded today a Californian IPA from Sierra Nevada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yes.
Yes, Sierra Nevada's decent enough. I'd sit that along the lines of like Anchor Brewery as well. They got the ball rolling, didn't they, with American craft beer, and still good to this day, really, their beers.
Yeah, good brands.
Yes, yeah. Oakham Citra is one of the best ales I've ever had.
Nice beer,
B&M. Yeah.
First single hop beer from Oakham, Citra.
Yeah. Oakham again. I think again they're in the shadows a little bit, aren't they? Breweries like that. They're there.
I think now we say, oh, it's a shadow, but those years ago, this was a revolution, and this was just a shocking amount of hops. But now, well, it's just a normal beer.
Normal beer now, yeah. Yeah, I do like Inferno from Oakham. That's a pretty good beer.
Yeah, quite decent.
Yeah, and I mean, and as for B&M as well, that's a bit of a lucky dip sort of place, that is, because you can go in there one week and see a beer that you've never seen before for, I don't know, 70p, a pound or whatever.
Yeah, something, yeah.
And then next week it's gone and there's something else in its place for the same sort of price. That's quite nice, if you're on a budget and you like just trying beers that you've never had before, then B&M, Home Bargains, places like that is absolutely excellent, because you've got that constant stream of new stuff.
Yeah, you know what? This is interesting when they have the foreign beers that you would not even expect that they will end up here in England.
Yeah, I mean, a while back they had cans of Brains Brewery, the beer that Simon at Real Ale Craft Beer did with them. Bloody hell! No, I forget what it's called now. I think it was his first beer that he did, like, with a brewery. It's not Call Me Simon. That was a Polish brewery. Anyway, whatever it was called, and there were like cans of that in there for like 59p. Bloody hell! You've got to give it a go, haven't you? I'd never had it at that point neither, so I was interested in trying it. Yeah. But you haven't really lost a great deal, have you? If you're spending 59p on a can of beer, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't matter.
No. But if you have a nice brand like in Brooklyn for 79p, okay, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. All right. Okay, we're seeing that. Yeah, I like how you can put the comments up on the screen as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Inferno quality ale, dude. Yeah, Inferno's good. I mean, Oakham as a whole, really.
Yeah, they have very nice beers.
Solid and steady beers. You could bracket Oakham with a lot of breweries that just make consistent, easygoing beers, really.
Yeah,
they're not punching above their weight.
They are nice because every beer is different. You don't have the same pattern and just small tweaks. Every beer from them, it's unique. This is nice.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably bracket Thornbridge Brewery in that group of breweries as well, that have got a good, solid core range.
Yeah, they have nice range.
Yeah.
Some experiments are strange, but yeah.
That's playing about though. You've got to sort of salute them for that, for being a little bit adventurous sometimes. But for their core beers, they've got pretty much every style covered, really.
Yeah.
Whether it's a steady, simple session IPA, AM PM. And then you've got the is it Kipling? I don't think it's a West Coast IPA. West Coast Pale, is it? Which is excellent beer. One of my favourite Thornbridge beers, Kipling. The dark stuff, St. Petersburg, their stout, which is really good, which I haven't seen for a very long time. Yeah, they've got pretty much every style covered.
This is nice. Even if something is questionable, they keep doing stuff with the collaborations and trying things. This is good.
Yeah. Purity Brewery and Sadler's are local breweries. Both get a good range of beers. Not a million miles away from me, both them breweries. Purity being Warwickshire, and Sadler's is it Stourbridge, is it? Around that neck of the woods?
Near Birmingham,
yeah. Yeah, but both good. Both good. I know my good friend did a couple of videos.
Yeah.
Oh, go and check. If you haven't already seen them, go and check out his videos. He puts all the gear on. He's got the waistcoat. He's got the hat.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Why
Peaky Blinder. It's just a shame that pair-sided didn't work
out. It doesn't need to be very, very, serious.
No. It's all a bit. It's all, that's what it's all about, mate. Having a little bit of fun, just being slightly different now and again, and yeah, fair play for you for doing them videos, because I thought it was interesting. Shame the beer didn't work out, but well, 10 out of 10 for effort, mate. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly pop to the toilet, so I'll be a couple of minutes. Bear with me, please. If you just want to keep the show on the road, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I think, when you're trying lots of different beers, it is hard work sometimes, because you need to remember what you already had, especially when they're changing labels. I've got few beers that when I've checked, in my archives, okay, I've already had this beer. Why it doesn't look why it looks different now? Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes it's very nice to compact beer. Sometimes it changes. I have few times compared old and new version, and it can be like huge difference between them. Especially when you have like in supermarkets, like in Lidl's, the range, and they keep changing brewers, right? So you had for some beers, you had like Marston's on the start, then Shepherd's Neame, and then Marston's again. They keep changing it, so beers are changing, but not labels. And on the other hand, you have the same brewery brewing the same beer, but keep changing label, and you're confused because okay, it looks different. Did I hate this beer or not? Because I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
it's like with what we had those beers. I can't remember now.
Are you still getting the beer 52 boxes, mate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just open that one up.
Lost and found. All right,
mango IPA. Yeah,
I think the mango is most common fruit added, because sometimes I think they don't need to use the hops anymore. They just add the exotic fruits.
Well, the price of hops is just skyrocketed, though, hasn't it? So I suppose it's a way of cutting costs a little bit. Lost and found. I think they used to be based around sort of Brighton way, but I'm pretty sure I did hear that they got bought out by Beer 52. I don't know how true that is, but I always get them mixed up with Lost and Grounded, the Bristol way. Yeah, it's all right. Not too bad. So I think we'll wind this down a little bit now. I think, unless anyone else out there has got any more questions or comments they want to add, or suggestions for maybe future beer reviews for me and Christoph. We've got the Fuller's beers to look at, haven't we? The mellow yellow, and what's the other one?
Hey, do you know what? They're waiting for so long that I forgot what it is.
They're vintage now. They're vintage beers.
Well, I think they're waiting for 2 months now. Yeah.
Again, that was one of them situations where I couldn't get them beers, but he could, and it was Tesco's again.
Yeah.
The nationwide distribution of beers it baffles me sometimes. One supermarket can get something and the other one can't.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I remember it was I think the first package that I've sent you, and the guy on the post asked what's in the box. Beers. Why you need to send beers? Oh, because they are different. They are foreign.
Yeah.
Really? What's the point?
Which is crazy though, because Fuller's being a southern brewery, I'm a hell of a lot closer to London than you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense, does it? With distribution, it's crazy.
Yeah. You would expect that around the brewery it will be like dense coverage, and then less and less. But I don't know, it's different.
Yeah. I know. I said my pal Craig at Ken Beer Reviews. I sent him some beer the other day, and he did a video on it. Bless him. And Lost Cosmonauts, North Bruco. He couldn't get hold of that beer for love nor money. And my area, I couldn't get it. I had to go to Stafford. Luckily, I've got family there, so I managed to get them to go into their local Tesco. They were doing it on a weekly basis, and every week it sold out. And then it arrived, so he managed to get a couple of cans for me, and I sent one over to Craig because again, a beer that he just couldn't get hold of.
Yeah, I think it will be some new range in Tesco because lots of beers are counted and sold. So, okay, they're clearing shelves.
They're making room for some new stuff in the next few months, which is exciting. Again, it just keeps it a little bit fresh, just keeps it moving again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It can stagnate, can't it? If you just see the same beers week in, week out. Yeah, they create a really big hype to begin with because it's all new, it's all exciting. You've never had it, but it flatlines quite quickly after a while. When you've gone through that range, it becomes normal and boring. So fair play for Tesco's for just creating a little bit more excitement and just changing it up a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, they've knocked down a hell of a lot of beers for 50p a can. Some beers.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't in Tesco by this time. I just came in yesterday, and I saw empty shelves, 50p. I'm like, what it was? Why I wasn't here?
Yeah. Well, one of my mates posted. He sent me a message on Facebook about in his local Tesco, they had cans of the the Thornbridge grapefruit Halcyon.
Yeah.
£1.50. It's buy one get one free, isn't it? You do that all day long. £1.50 for that. I mean that is really one of them standout beers for me for this year for the supermarket beers.
Well, I hope it will be something that it will replace this beer. I mean, on the standard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. The benchmark has been set quite high for beers like the Magic Rock New England IPA, the Thornbridge Grapefruit Halcyon, what else is there that took me by surprise a little bit? Thornbridge, Magic Rock.
The Vocation.
Vocation, Love and Hate, yeah. Quite a few Vocation beers. The sour that they did, the Seville Orange, I forget what it's called.
Yeah, and the Love and Hate, this was exceptional.
Oh, I love an 8. Yeah, love an 8. Love an 8. Quite a funny beer for other people. I've noticed on various social media platforms where they've had really bad experiences with it.
That's
For
why
me,
it's love and hate.
well, yeah. I've went through a spell of drinking that on a weekly basis, and every can was absolutely tip top. I've never had a bad can of it, but other people have. So I do consistency and keeping up with demand, isn't it? I suppose that volume, that amount of beer.
I think this is most challenging for those smaller breweries to keep up with orders from Tesco.
Yeah, I dread to think what the volumes are nationwide from one company, and then they've got to deal with independent stuff as well. Like little shops that they sell beers to and pubs. They've got to do all that as well as keep Tesco happy with their massive volumes. It's a big task to ask, and fair play to the breweries. I mean, breweries like on board that are nowhere near the size of someone like Vocation or Thornbridge, but have come on board and said to Tesco, we'll supply you with...
I was very surprised, for example, with a Bad Company, which end up in Asda, and they quite few different beers there. It's just a new brewery.
Yeah, good stuff. Excellent. Right, I think we'll call this a day anyway. Thank you very much, of course, to Christoph for sending me the beers. Much appreciated, mate. Welcome. Thank you very much. Big thank you to all the guys that have left comments and have watched. I'm digging this StreamYard. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We've stayed on a little bit longer as well, so that's a good thing. hour and 7 minutes. Normally we're about 30 odd minutes, so that's good. I don't know. Maybe it's more me than you, mate, but I just feel a little bit more relaxed and just go with the flow and chat away. So yeah, 2 great beers. We'll just go over them again before we call it a day. Monument, Tyne Bank Brewery, session beer, session pale ale. Is it pale ale, wasn't it? And the Runaway Brewery from Manchester.
Well, it's just a bitter, I think.
American pale ale.
Brown ale.
Brown ale, yes, brown ale. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Paul Thrupp. Good night. Cheers, lads.
Yeah. Bye. Cheers.
Cheers, lads. Good night. Yeah, to you as well, mate. Good night. Good night, Luke. And who else have we got on here? Enjoyed watching, guys. Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much, mate. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.